Hey all you racing fans, I'm Duuz-Diz-Din and I'm coming at you with a review of Team Sonic Racing Overdrive, Part 1, titled Dangerous Distractions. A brand new series by Sonic Team to kind of take over the spot, the void if you will, that was left behind by the Sonic Mania shorts, since those were so incredibly well received. I was actually wondering if they would do something along these lines, since everyone loved the Sonic Mania shorts. They were so just widely accepted and people just wanted more and more. And a lot of that had to do with Tyson Hess, a longtime Sonic fan known for a lot of his more expressive Sonic works, his Sonic fan works. So it's living proof that, hey, put enough fan stuff out there and you never know, you might be hired by your dream company. And on that note, something very worth mentioning is the fact that, man, the Wisp have really just fully been ingrained into the conscious of current day Sonic, as we see some of them just flying by during the opening shot. It's just very fascinating, although I think it's mostly because I think this track is on Planet Wisp, but I'm not quite certain. But one of those things that just Colors really was a landmark series as a whole. And we see our racers, as Team Dark seems to be, leagues ahead of the pack in this terms of this race. But the real showdown is going on between Team Sonic and Team Rose, with Cream the Rabbit, if you've played most other, Sonic games, usually Cream's on the ready on these teams, when it comes to Amy Rose, but, that's not really the case here, although, given in Sonic Freerider's Vector replacing Big, I guess they felt that the Chow were a little bit more interesting than Cream, I'm not sure. A very odd choice to keep her out of this whole situation. But, I love the personality of these shorts, as you see Sonic just showing off and, just having a good time. I also love the animation style, as you see the 3D modeled cars with the almost, I guess you could really call them kind of, flash animated character models for the most part, because I see a lot of motion tweening in terms of how the characters move. It's very interesting, very storyboard driven from what I can tell. But it's just beautiful animation, as Big the Cat, I love his personality here too. Big is a very shining character in this first episode, as we see him just gleefully just wave off everyone who passes him by. And this nice little moment between Sonic and Tails, it's just bursting with personality and so many interesting things. Not to mention Amy's smugness during this whole thing, where there's this combination of her love for Sonic and her competitive nature in wanting to beat him. And I love this little moment where we see Sonic get trapped in between Amy and the Chow, as, the Chow just have this vacant expression on their face, but also have this devious nature as well, as Oma Chow, who is the main rider of the Chow car, brings out a bomb to just throw it at Sonic, but it's quickly punched away by Knuckles, only for Knuckles to just fall onto the pavement of the racetrack and just get beaten to heck. And it's just like, that just kind of become Knuckles' existence for the most part, kind of a wacky punching bag in certain situations. And I really do love this art style. Something about it is very reminiscent of, I think it's Ueki's art style, the art style that any of the longtime Sonic fans, Sonic Battle, this seems very reminiscent of that, which was always such a much beloved art style for the most part. Heck, even the, comics actually has Ueki doing one of the covers. He's just that long time admired and influential. But we then cut to Team Dark all the way out in the lead, and we also see that Eggman is plotting just to sabotage things. And it's more akin to Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, or more specifically Sonic X, with him just being up to normal no-goodery, basically. As his plan seems to involve, just deceiving people, as we see, Big the Cat actually manages to get a little bit in the lead, only to be completely taken off guard by a, I Love Froggy stand for the most part. And so Big wants to cross the street to get to it, but he's just almost run over at every turn. So naturally he turns to his fishing rod, only to accidentally hook Knuckles and lose his rod in the process. But as soon as Big sees that free sign, he goes with a sense of urgency, and that is to slowly move across the roadway. And I love this little moment between Sonic and Shadow, as Sonic just continues his showboating, and immediately Shadow's just completely pissed, either at the fact that Sonic's mocking him, that he passed him, or all of the above. But then Amy manages to pull ahead of both of them, as well as the Chow car. But Sonic uses the Wisp in order to give him a little bit of a boost. Unfortunately, everyone is immediately cut off by Big crossing the road. Why did Big cross the road? To find Froggy. Yeah, I just love his slow lumbering to the other side of the road, completely derailing the race as a whole, getting his merchant just gearing up. Like, man, I knew Big loved Froggy, but this is insane. And, our episode ends with, the Egg Pawn bringing out some Chow merchandise, which immediately catches the attention of the Chow, much to Amy's dismay. But the Egg Pawn's not done, as he has a bit of a distraction in the variety of hammers he's selling for Amy Rose, which gets her attention as well. So it's just a cute, fun, goofy episode as a whole. I love these episodes because, short format series with minimal dialogue, really get you to just know the characters, expressions, movement, a lot of stuff that speaks without actually having any talking done. And I love that form of storytelling. That's why Tom and Jerry has been able to run for so long. It's just always fun to just have these, silent series that just burst with character and personality. Who would have known that the Chow were such devious little things? But it's just so much fun and just goofy and just harmless fun for the most part. So I say good on you, Sega. And yet again, you've managed to hire the right people for the right stuff. And, I haven't really heard too much about how Team Sonic Racing is doing in terms of ratings and all of that. But hey, if it is as good as this cartoon, then you guys are definitely doing your job. But I've talked ad nauseum enough about this. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think of this short? How many do you think they'll come out with? How many do you hope they'll come out with? I think there'll at least be like 5 episodes, with maybe another 6 special one as well. But I'm also wondering what other racers will come and how much of the overall plot of the game will actually be incorporated, and various things of that nature. Just, where else can we go? How much fun do you think we'll have? I hope they don't never dip in quality, because man, this is just a fun little something for all you Sonic fans out there. And hey, if you liked this video, feel free to leave me a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave me a dislike. And hey, maybe tell me what I did wrong in the comment section below, so that I might better myself for future videos. But until then, hey, how about subscribing? Because I will definitely be bringing you more chowrific episode reviews of Team Sonic Racing Overdrive. But until then, I will see all you egg pawns in the next video. Until then, stay awesome.